Hi everyone, Magashi Talks here and welcome to my YouTube channel. As you know, I'm here to talk about my favorite interest ever, which is linguistics, rather the study of language. In today's episode, I will be diving a bit further in my sociolinguistics topic. But today I'll be focusing more on language identity, and how factors such as culture, religion, or politics, they kind of play a role in that identity and the language, or vice versa. It's just a whole mingle moose, just a whole concoction, So language, as you know, is just a set of words that we as humans use to communicate, right? And then you get identity, which is just a set of characteristics that is used to distinguish people or a group, I'm guessing, depending on what's going on. Now, you look at language and politics, let's say, right? Because language identity, right, focuses on who we are or who we want to be seen as people. It would fit really well with, politics. Let's say, for example, I would think, right, parties that go out to campaign in communities, right? Don't you think that they would send people who are able to speak the language that is spoken in that community so that they can at most be heard by these parties, right? Because if you're sending someone who does not speak the language, then how am I gonna vote for you? You can't even speak our language, but here you are looking for votes. I can't even understand what you're saying, sir. I know you're promising me something. You're promising me something, but I don't know what it is, right? I don't know what it is. And in order for you to gain this confidence, right, in the community, you have to at most speak the language or have someone that speaks the language, right? Or I would think in the parties themselves, right? You find people who speak the language in the parties who are more to form allies with one another than enemies, or different political parties or cabinets or the parliament, whatever, just the associations, the different associations in there. I would like to think that people that speak the language, even though they're from the different parties, associations, they are more to form or become allies rather with one another based on the language that they speak. Yeah, we're not really getting along, and outside there we're kind of fighting for power and everything, right? But because we speak the language, I'm willing to hear you out. I am willing to hear you out. Like, you and I, we're good, based on the language that we speak. Period. Nothing more. Yeah, we're not fighting here. Out there, yes, but in here, you understand why? Because we speak the language, alright? So there's no need for us to fight when we can understand each other in the language that we're speaking, right? Or let's take religion, alright? One book that I read recently is Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe. Right? I like how he uses language in this book. Awesome, I have to say. Really, really awesome. Anyways, so there's a part in the book where Christians come to, they go to the villages and they introduce this new religion in this foreign language, right? And it's like, what are these people saying? What's going on, right? They use this language to tell these people about this religion, and for some odd reason these people start now following this religion. So they're starting to identify more with what these people are saying, because they're like, actually, we don't want to stay here with these people speaking this language, performing all these rituals, when this religion is offering better, in this language. And for those Christians to get more followers, they have your translators, from the same villages or other villages who speak English and another language to convince the people in these communities to follow this religion. You know, I mean, looking at history, religion has really changed or developed language a lot, right? And this is one of them. I mean, these people, as Chinua says, came to these villages using words sounding as though they're coming out of their noses. Just, I can imagine just speaking like this, like they can't breathe, you know, because you don't even know what these people are saying. But because you have this translator here who's speaking your language, you're like, actually, I got my homeboy over here telling me that this language that these men are speaking is somewhat a bit better than what we speak, and they're offering a religion that is, listen, yeah, these rituals and this mother nature of a god that we've been following and dun, but listen to these guys, right? Listen to these guys. So we use that language to identify with this religion, right? And we used our language in the villages rather, to identify with that religion. But now we want to leave it because we are developing as a people. You know, we are developing, we are going forward, and this is what we want to identify with now, right? So now we think, wow, really? Yeah, really. You look at people here at home in South Africa, you have your traditional churches and these new age churches, right? I like going to my traditional churches because I identify with them more, you know, the language, the culture, as opposed to your new age churches. Yeah, I like them, I go to them too, but the traditional ones where they speak my language, perfecto. That's where I'm going. You know, even when I move to certain places, I still want to find a traditional church that I can, you know, go to because I identify with them more, right? So this is me. This is me. There are a lot of us out there, you know, because language, identification. You understand what I'm saying? Come on. You understand what I'm saying? Anyways, let's hop into our word of the day. Our word of the day today is wala. You know, it's W-A-L-A. In Tagalog, wala means nothing, which is wala. Hey, do you have 5 rand for me? Wala. You know, it's always most often followed by a hand gesture. You know, like wala. In Swahili, it means neither or no. You know, they use it as a neither or no. It's wala, right? And then in Arabic, it means loyalty or devotion. Hey. Traveling still, right? Linguistics, traveling and developing and changing to suit the environment that we're in, right? And then in Vietnamese, it's derived from Hindi and is more like an adjective. It's used to, what is it? It's used to describe, if I can say that, someone who does something or someone who has something. So someone who is doing something or someone who has something, right? So I looked at it and I'm like, oh, this is interesting because Arabic, here in Africa, Kiswahili, you know, and then you go to your Nam, like, oh, okay, this is interesting. Language, traveling, environments, developing, sociolinguistics, just to suit the society and how we use it amongst the people that we are, to identify, right, how we want to be seen in this society and who we want to be known as, right? I would use this language to identify more with that social group than that I would with that one. Guys, do you see it? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Still have another part in social linguistics coming up soon. I would like to thank you very much for tuning in, guys, and you guys should take care, hey? See you in my next video.